Then the question comes, what are values? The definition that I derived out of this Upanishad, I consider most sacred till today. This I consider perhaps the best definition of values. Value can be defined as a set of desirable behavior by following which it is good for the individual and also the society. It's very charming. Is a set of desirable behavior, I said. I did not say a set of talks or set of lectures or set of articles. No. It is a set of desirable behavior. What is a behavior? Behavior is what we see, what is demonstrated. Therefore, the message is loud and clear. Values are not taught, values are not lectured about, values are not professed, values are demonstrated. If only it talks about values and do not manifest in his personal life, they are not values. Believe me, my friends, pre-independence time when Gandhi gave a call to the nation, please sacrifice for the country. People did sacrifice and go behind him. Lakhs of people sacrificed. Even today's world, you get called to the nation, sacrifice for the country. I don't see anybody sacrificing. Because when a call is given, people look up and see who gave the call. Is that person giving the call sacrificing? Has he done that? If I don't practice what I say, I have no values. This is what we keep on telling. Values are demonstrated. The father tells the son, don't smoke. But he smokes. There is a clear value in it. One day the child will take a cigarette from the father's pack and smoke. Because child sees what the father does. Therefore, ultimately, values are what we do, not what we say. Remember, people do not follow what I say. They always follow what I do. So, value is what is being done. The general question asked today is, values are falling. Values are deteriorating. We talk as if value is a consumer price index. It goes up and goes down. Believe me, my friends, values are eternal. They are neither going up nor coming down. Values are not at crossroads. We are at crossroads. We have a dilemma to whether follow values or not. Therefore, we don't have to blame values. We have to blame ourselves for not following them. The question asked nowadays is, values are not important in society today. Money is important. Everybody says money is important. And when money becomes important, values become subordinate. Remember, my friends, whenever there is a yawning gap between thought and action, when lure of money supersedes the path of values, we are in a conflict. In fact, we always say society is changing, but the values are eternal. If you see around today, it looks as though everybody is running up behind material prosperity. Everybody is seeking material goals. Why is that? There is a simple thesis behind that. It looks as though we are simplifying the process, but these are the guidelines. It looks as though we have made the whole process simple. But all important truths of life are simple. Please see, ever since the human beings came on this planet Earth, at different eras, a role model emerges. And all people living during that time try to follow this role model. Let me elaborate that. During our Vedic times, who were the role models? Vedic times, Rishis were the role model. And where did the Rishis stay? Did they stay in palaces? No. They stayed in their hermitage on the banks of a river in a deep forest. But believe me, the kings and the princes went to sit at their feet and learn from them. Learning was a virtue, and wise man was respected. Rishis were basically wise men. Fortunately, those days there was no question of caste system. Rishis belonged to all categories. They belonged to the communities. They were the most precious possessions of the communities at that time. Think of Vishwamitra going to King Dasharatha and asking for his two sons to be sent with him, Rama and Lakshmana. Rama and Lakshmana were the essence of Dasharatha's life. He would not even think of parting with them for a moment. But when Vishwamitra asked Dasharatha, Dasharatha could not say no. That was the power of the Rishis. A Kshatriya like Kaushika struggled hard, did penance to finally become a Brahmarshi Vishwamitra. That means the ultimate goal of life at that time was to become a wise man. Wise man was respected. Wisdom was an icon or a role model. Everybody respected wisdom at that time. Why go so far behind? Come little further in the human history. Come to the Mahabharata times. Who were the heroes of Mahabharata? Drona, Bhishma, Ashwatthama, Kripacharya, Karna, Arjuna. All warriors. All warriors. They were the heroes of Mahabharata. What is the essence of Mahabharata? What is the nucleus of Mahabharata? The Kurukshetra war. War, warriorship, bravery, all were the highlights of Mahabharata times. What was our Brahmin Dronacharya doing there? Was he teaching them Upanishads and Vedas? No, he was teaching them warfare. Kripacharya participated in the warfare, and our God incarnate Parashurama had a specialized institution of warfare. Think of another important thing. A tribal boy like Ekalavya in the forest, he wanted to be like Arjuna and not like Vedavyasa. That means at that time the icon or the role model had changed from wisdom to bravery. Bravery was the role model. Why go so far behind in history? Come back to pre-independence time of India. During pre-independence time, who were the heroes? Gandhi, Patel, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Bhagat Singh, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. All these were the heroes of pre-independence era. Those days everybody wanted to be a freedom fighter. In fact, many people left their luxurious lives and became patriots. Every primary school in India, every teacher tried to train patriots. Vande Mataram was sung with such patriotic fervor. And each school was a training ground for patriotism. Soon after independence, the role model changed. Instead of a patriot being a role model, I don't even say unfortunately, today's role model is a rich man. See, everybody wants to be rich. As much as possible, as quickly as possible, and at any cost. When you want to be rich at any cost, it is normally at the cost of values. You can be rich, but want to reach at any cost, it is normally at the cost of values. Watch carefully. Why is it happening? When the role model is a rich man, everybody wants to attain that state. Why are they doing it? Why everybody is in a hurry to do that? Please see education in this context. Earlier, education was a hallowed profession for gaining knowledge. Today, it has become an investment for future prosperous living. People don't mind investing large amount of money for the education of children. Not that they can afford it. They would like to spend on it because they feel that good education ensures good life. What do you mean by good life? It really means he can earn money faster. The craze for people to go to professional courses today is not that they are keen on learning technology or medicine. They feel they can secure their life faster. They can earn money faster. The lure of money is haunting us. Then what do we say now? Should we accept it and say this is a part of life? Remember, my friends, you should understand that no icon has been permanent so far. No icon is permanent. As wisdom gave way to bravery, bravery gave way to patriotism, and to this richness, this will also not stay for a long time. How do we say that? If you care to see, writing on the wall is very clear. There was an interesting article in an international magazine about 5-6 years ago, which said the greatest challenge for India is to manage its young, rich, retired people by the year 2025. What do you mean by young, rich, retired people? Young people don't retire so quickly. The magazine editorial board interviewed about 500 young men and women in the age group of 25 to 35 who are earning huge amount of money in terms of remuneration. They asked them, "You are earning such high salaries. What do you do with this kind of money?" And one answer most of them gave was, "Do you think we work like our parent till 60? No chance. We earn money, deposit in securities, and enjoy life. We should retire by 45 or 50. Okay? What do you mean by enjoying life? The next question. It says, enjoying means I have not seen my own country. I was told that I have a heritage. I have a cultural support. And culture of India is the greatest. But I want to understand that. I want to learn it. Believe me, they won't change the country. They won't change the country. Their children would change the country.